Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody, Heather Stargazer here. It's do a reading for the collective, for whoever, whenever, wherever. Thank you so much for being here. If you're a returning gazer, hi guys, hope you're doing okay. If you're new here, welcome in, welcome in. We still have a few more sign readings to do. We're going to do those when we're called. Talked about this, so keep your eye out for them. But we do have 9 of the 12 already up, so if you're looking for maybe your sun, moon, or rising, check those out. Ancestors, spirits, guys, what messages do you have for the collective today? Ooh, 2 of autumn and 9 of spring. Let's get a couple more. Ace of winter. Wow. It's like trying to maintain balance, right? Trying to maintain the balance, trying to keep everything in order, trying to keep all the balls in the air, right? But something's got to give. It feels like something's got to give. And you got that 9 of spring that's saying, don't give up just yet. A truth is coming through. Ace of swords. Something important. Again, it could be about communication. It could be a message. It could be an idea. Let's get some more information. 6 of spring. Gosh, I love that, don't we? That's the 6 of wands. Ooh, the Hanged Man. It says awakening. And Princess of Spring. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. This is the Radley Valentine animal deck. And for the Emperor, you get the mouse. Why do we get the mouse for the Emperor? Right? Because they're tenacious. They pay attention to the little things, right? They cover all their bases. They make sure that there's enough food stores to get through the winter. There's enough of everything, right? What's it say? It says structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take the leadership role. You have much wisdom to offer. That mouse here, this is Aries energy. This is the king of the kings, right? The emperor. He watches over all the kingdoms. He has a wonderful grasp on the emotional needs. Is in the upright, right? The emotional needs, the physical needs, the mental needs, right? And also the spiritual needs. It's like covering all those bases. When he's in the reverse, he could be kind of tyrannical. He could be kind of a control freak, right? But it's to maintain order, subject to, but for the most part, and in this deck, we read all the cards in the upright. We don't read any of the cards in the reverse in this deck. It's just how it works. So there is this fatherly, this leadership, this boss energy, right? It wants you to step into that, and it could also have to do with someone of those characters, those characteristics that is helping you, right? 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. She's kind of like lost in that yarn there, isn't she? Right? A little bit mixed up. And it says you've been maybe under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and your personal life and bring a spirit of fun into all you do. And again, that's that maintaining the balance, right? That holding things up, keeping things together, and gonna be successful at it. Probably really successful at it. And that might be sometimes when things are going smoothly, when we're doing really well, especially if six of wands, right? It's like a parade. There's a lot. There could be people watching. There could be people paying attention to your successes. What are you doing? How are you doing that? How are you getting that accomplished, right? And that's part of the stress, having to maintain that. But at the same rate, you're doing such a good job that it's attractive to others. They're celebrating you. They know this doesn't come easily, right? It says you may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you've been singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention, right? And yeah, you worked for it. You brought it here. But it could be a little overwhelming. Take it how it resonates. It could be in an area of work. It could be some kind of project that you've been doing. It could just be you getting your life together, getting yourself together, and it's just wholly successful. Wholly meaning like all of, but yeah, sure, divine. We'll go with that too, right? Don't leave the divine out there, always here. And then this is the 9 of spring, the don't give up card, right? The wounded warrior, the exhaustion, man. Are you tired? Right? It says, you've worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry, you'll get through them just as you have in the past. Right? Been there, done that, gotten through it before. But it could be putting you at a point of, I'm hearing stalemate. Wow, I heard stalemate. This is the Hanged Man, Piscean energy here coming out. What's interesting is you've got the first house and the 12th house, and it's like it comes all around, right? It's like, again, all inclusive, all the parts, all the bits, and trying to maintain those and not giving up. But at the same time, maybe you feel like you're running in sand. Maybe you feel like you're a bit stuck. Maybe you're feeling like you're on hold, right? Like, this is how this is going to be, and this is just how it is. But not necessarily. It's asking you to see something from a different perspective. And in that quiet moment, you will see an enlightening, I promise, because you get the Ace of Swords, right? You'll see something enlightening, an epiphany, right? An aha moment that comes to you, but it will only come to you in the stillness, and it will only come to you when you're kind of restricted to movement or what can happen next, or things aren't going on yet in the outside exterior, right? So you're kind of in this moment where you have to wait. What is it that they say about creativity and resourcefulness, right? Resourcefulness is the mother of creativity. It puts you in a space where you have to try something different. It's bear. It says, look at things in a different way and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start moving again. Absolutely. And here's that truth. Here's that truth coming through. Here's that aha, that clarity, that moment of, oh yeah, that makes sense now, right? Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. Bear. Something even better. Oh, the puppy's here. And that's the truth coming through. Right? This aha, it's going to happen. And it's like cutting those binds that are holding you, right? And then we get the Princess of Wands, Princess of Spring. This is the Page of Wands. And again, she's got that crown, that butterfly. There's like an element of excitement here. There's a lot of fire out on the board, right? For Leo time, tomorrow is 8/8 Lionsgate when I'm recording this, but the energy is good whenever you receive it. It says creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. And again, it's news, it's an announcement, it's something exciting, right? There's a lot of enthusiasm in that card. So even if you if you're just holding things together because it's so much and so many things are in the air, just know that the time for inspiration is on its way to you. You're not going to be held up in this space for very long at all. Let's get some. We have our food cards out here. They look like dinner, dessert, breakfast. Right? We got the animals out. We got Bear over here. What do animals like? Food. Because like about being creative, like feeding your soul, like while you're in this stasis space, because you are so exhausted, replenish. Okay, drink lots of water, take lots of rest, eat foods that are good for you. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, yeah, not mastering the thing. It's like there's, here, we'll show it to you. It's these little macarons. Oh, my daughter took me to this little French bakery in town. Our little town has a little French bakery that's wonderful, and she wanted to get some macarons, and she got one that was like, it was serious. I thought it was a strawberry shortcake. It was like this big. It was so decadent, right? And that's like an expert, right? It would take an expert to be able to create such wonderful, delicate, lovely pastries. And I think that maybe because you're holding so much up, there's this level of not getting to the mastery of the thing, right? You're getting recognized for the struggle, but you're not being recognized quite yet for the work. I say yet because you will be. But again, feeling like you're having to do it on your own, like everybody is noticing what a good job you're doing, but there is like this lack of teamwork. You feel like you're holding it all up on your own and having to, again, maintain this balance that's coming through here in the process. And you're doing fine. I know it's exhausting, but just keep going, because you're headed towards, the reward here. What is the Six of Spring? Five of Cups in the reverse, look, Nine of Swords in the reverse. And I'll show you, this deck is a mixed deck. And the Wheel of Fortune in the upright to show you, see, your luck is changing. Five of Cups in the reverse, through this whole process, you might have been feeling like you were kind of an outsider. Like kind of not being able to form the emotional attachments that you would like to have, or maintained those emotional attachments. Or you could have also felt like, again, there's this Hanged Man energy, that's this level of sacrifice, right? But you're not having any regrets about any of it. There isn't this emotional lamentation like you left something behind. You know that what you're working for is valid, true, and difficult, and that's why you're going to keep working towards it. And even though people might not be kicking in the way that you would like for them to be, they're still there supporting you. I'm hearing admiration, adulation. You're getting your flowers from people, so that kind of fuels your emotional coffers, right? It helps you feel a little bit better and keeps you firm, because again, not giving up. Ooh, exhausted. That could be why, when we get to this point, sometimes the universe is like, hey, take a break, and you get the only major arcana out in the spread. You got a major arcana on the bottom, and you got one in the spread today, and that is the big deal. Nine of Swords, like Eight of Cups in the reverse, and the Tower in the reverse. I don't know what's going on. I promise you guys this is a mixed deck, but all these ones, the first deck all in the upright, that's how we read them. These ones are coming out in the reverse. Eight of Cups. You are not walking away from this. This is confirmation of the reinforcement of the emotional bond that you have to this. You are all in, all right? And that could be why why you're getting so tired and having a hard time pushing it through. It's saying, hey, take a break. Take a break, or the universe will take a break for you. Oftentimes when we get the Hanged Man energy, it's out of our control. It's something that's forcing us to stop. But you don't want to give up on this. You want to maintain Tower in the reverse. You want to maintain the structure. Emperor card. You want to make sure that it's sound. What is happening with this Hanged Man? I almost said with this Pisces. Could be a Pisces in your life. You could be a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Don't try to force it to fit. It either will or it won't. Take it as a energy, okay? We're going to go assigning things to people who aren't, who, just saying it might not have been a Pisces who stopped you up. Don't think that I'm being told to tell you that. Thank you, Spirit. What is this Awakening card? What is this Giraffe? Guys, finally get one on the bottom that's upright. The Queen of Swords, making this logical decision. Lovers in reverse. Making the decision to say no. You could, like I said, doing this on your own, people paying attention, not getting the teamwork that you'd like from others, but at the same time, there's this idea of not having like a viable partnership to rely on, or making the choice to say no because maybe partnerships have gotten you in trouble in the past. Two people with two different agendas, two different values, two different goals can derail the train. There's this taking a pause for a moment to decide to really reflect on why you're making the choices that you're making, why you're saying no to the things that you're saying no to, why you're resisting partnerships, right? The Lover's card was originally called the Choice, and when it's in the reverse, it's the choice to say no, and that might be what's best for you right now. With the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is a yes. The Ace of Swords is clarity. Oh, you had the Queen of Swords on the bottom for that. Clear, concise decision making. Not being lost in the wash of the emotions. What is this Ace of Winter? What is this big yes? What is this big truth? I heard truth. Page of Pentacles. Look, Queen of Swords came back out on the bottom again. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, feminine. Really that, internal monologue. I'm hearing internal monologue, being decisive and using the facts. And then the card fell. To slowly and steadily, now we have 2 pages here. They could be children, they could be people who are learning, part of the learning process. Normally I have a pillow that I'm sitting on, but today I don't. Moving slowly, learning. This is student energy, and it's donuts, man. If I have a guilty pleasure, it is a donut. I love them. Love them. So, and that's the truth. So there could be something that, it inspires you, gets you moving again. There's this revelation of interest. I heard interest. So something stirs you into motion, but you're moving slowly, slow and steady, learning new things, right? Again, that studious student energy. And here's that mature logical energy. So maybe you're just not letting the things that you've already learned keep you from learning new things. Princess of Spring, and this return to enthusiasm. Oh, we get the Empress. Yeah, the Emperor out twice. And this time it's in the reverse. It's a lobster. And it's in the reverse. Maybe stepping away from that big boss energy. Maybe stepping away from something or someone who would put such strong restrictions on you as to control the direction of this thing, the direction of where it's going. Again, they have like the two cards out for dad. Patriarchal doesn't necessarily have to be your father. It could be a father figure. It could be a father from the past, past lives, a father figure in spirit form. Just to take it as like a mentoring masculine energy that has gotten to the point where it's kind of pushing things down, like tyrant, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's just lost control of the situation. Maybe you are now enthusiastically moving through and stepping out into the new. 2 pages is the new. It's news. It's information coming through. Creative opportunities you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. And there could also be this element of somebody, like the establishment, whatever that is for you, the rules, the way that it has been. Maybe that part of what you're doing is like conflicting with them or with that idea, with that established rule and boundary, and this is why you're on the new, the fresh, to get it moving into a different direction, to try something different, to get you out of this stuck space. You're saying, no, I'm not giving up. No, I'm not moving out of that direction that I wanted to go, but the old way isn't working. It's obviously got you in this place where you're stuck. So trying something new, learning something new, getting that information, right? That truth, that sort of truth that really changes the trajectory and it gets your wheels moving again. But, you could be having to buck the system a little bit. 7 of Wands in the reverse is the overarching energy. Whether it be you or the Emperor, or maybe you are the Emperor, however it resonates with you, we need to put our defenses down. The defenses need to come down. They need to, the fight, it isn't, there's like no fight here. Right. Don't lower yourself either, because 7 of Wands energy is having that higher ground and the ability to have a solid argument or a space between, like that boundary between, and it's kind of like letting down some of those boundaries and letting some of those things through so that you aren't stuck anymore. You aren't in that stuck space anymore. All right, ancestors, spirits, guys, we got some tea leaf cards. Can we get some details, some further clarification for this? Like Axe forces working against you. Yeah, because if the system is running smoothly or it's under control, or they think that it's under control, right, they might not want to see these adjustments made because they could be, like you making those adjustments towards advancement is working against their boundaries, like their established box, but it isn't working. It's stuck. There's that axe energy, like cutting through it, making that decision to what you say yes to and what you say no to. And again, like not being defensive, just working through it, just moving through it, keeping in that student mind, keeping in that beginner mind, and not fighting. You don't have enough. It's like you're too exhausted to fight. You just want to move through it, right? Have a look. Ooh, involvement with the law. Again, this boss energy, rules, regulations, the way things are done, the way that we would think things would get done, right? And that balance there, the axe and the gavel. I'm going to show you guys something in just a second. Look, wishbone, a wish is granted. Yeah, you're going to get free from this. But it's like, look at them holding these things. It's like two hands, and it's like the rules and regulations against the sharp force here. We're using our minds, we're using our words, and we're using the let's say like use the rules against themselves. But if the rules need to be adjusted, change this, there's a word that's not coming to me right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the format of the thing needs to be adjusted. Doing something risky, taking a chance, the tiger. I heard out on a limb, going out on a limb. It's funny because you have this giraffe. Oh, handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Keep in mind, like Piscean energy, dreamy energy, hidden things, deep subconscious mind, right? Aries energy, forthright, honest, outgoing energy, so sometimes these two things need to meet. And what's interesting is like, putting those defenses down, these two hands are both hold it. Like here's the hand holding this thing and here's the hand holding this thing. But then a wish is granted. What do we do with the wishbone? We take each side of it and we tug on it and we make a wish. The handshake comes through. Now these hands are united. Okay, and it might be asking you to take a risk. It might be necessary right at this moment. The risk might be saying, no, I'm sorry, but I can't partner with that. I can't do that way. I can't conduct that in that sense that way. Something has to be different. That's the truth that's coming out. That's what's being acknowledged and accepted. And when that is acknowledged and accepted, it lets you learn something new here. Happiness, flowers. So you could get your flowers and truly enjoy them. It's just like, thanks guys, I appreciate the parade, but I am exhausted and I still have so much stuff to do and can't get anywhere. This is why this is coming through, because the happiness that comes through with it is a necessity, right? Dealings in relationships with a younger woman. You might be the younger woman. You might have, again, there's page energy, 2 pages. Princess of Wands here. Princess of Spring. This could be somebody who sparks an idea in you, who inspires you, who teaches you something new, right? A different way of seeing things. And how refreshing is that? Yeah, muddled or unclear thinking. That's what this Ace of Swords is giving you. It's giving you clarity. Sometimes when we sit here in the, like again, the Piscean energies, in that dreamy space, sometimes it can be hard to see things with truth and clarity. Queen of Swords kept coming out, seeing it with the truth and clarity. Can we just have one more, please? Pay attention to your finances. Yeah. Because to be straightforward, there is very little here about finances, about the material, and except for the trying to keep things in balance. So that could be why there is a little bit of unclear thinking. Well, what do I do? How do we maintain this in the material? How do we keep things afloat? And that could be why the Emperor energy is coming in and trying to control the situation. Trying to keep it constructed, but it's also stuck like grapes. Time to go out and have fun. I think part of what you're going to realize here is that it's the frustration isn't as deep as you might feel like it is. It's because you're so worn down. You're exhausted from this, and of course you are. It takes a lot to maintain. It takes a lot of effort to keep things like this afloat, but you're doing a great job. If no one's told you yet, I'm going to tell you today, you are doing a fantastic job. Keep going. When you feel like you're getting stuck, be open to new possibilities and new ideas, and it's okay to say no sometimes. We're gonna get an OM. We're gonna get an OM, and then I'll let you guys get back to your day, which I hope is a beautiful day. Ancestors, spirits, guides. Wow. I'm on the bottom. There's Heather. And I was reading Lawrence Ferlinghetti yesterday, and one of the things that he was like saying in the poem was, get back to your self, and it's the land of the beginning, like dawning of civilization, right? Get back to your start, get back to yourself, remind yourself about why you started this in the first place, this project, this goal, this family, this relationship. Take it how it resonates, right? Each of those things is like really important. Now we have 9 and 10 out here. One is in the upright, one is in the reverse. Coal in the upright and Quert in the reverse. That is the C and the apple. It's a Q. We're going to read the upright for the coal and the reverse message for the apple. Which I feel like it's a little bit of a warning here. Okay, cold northern hemisphere, June 13th through July 10th. Southern hemisphere, December 13th through January 10th. Totems, hare, scarab, tortoise and turtles, crab and the salmon. And you know what? It's interesting because the tortoise and the hare, right? And those who went the too quickly is like, it isn't the one who won the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Being stuck and then having this Page of Pentacles come through, take it slow and steady, even if you're excited about it, right? Deities, Gaia, the Great Mother, goddesses like Sophia and Isis and Finton and the White Ancient One, the letters C and K, chieftain, class chieftain, the ninth lunation. Keywords: water, moon, bounty, abundance, intuition, wisdom, insight, knowledge, sage advice, divination, poetry, creative pursuits, higher perspective, clarity. The coal hazel initiates the ninth lunation and includes the celebrations of the summer solstice, known as Alban Huran, Midsummer, and Litha. So this could be giving you somewhat of a time span of when maybe you got stuck, maybe that started, take it how it resonates for you, but there's some significance to the summer solstice or June 21st time-ish, right? Here we give our gratitude for the abundance of Mother Earth. Hazel is about compassion and love for our friends and families, as well as safety and protection, which are important aspects of mothering and nurturing. Hazel supports your emotional life. She honors the moon and the waters of our planet. She supports creative expression in the form of story, poetry, art, song, and dance. Hazel brings clarity when we seek advice. The OM for this tree is call, and the letters K and C. Your feminine nature, which is interesting here because we have that like young woman, right? And 2 emperor cards. So there could be like a lot of like dominating masculine energy, and take that how it resonates, right? It could be you and your masculine, but it's about getting in touch with that feminine side, or the feminine having some bearing on this, right? That's the Queen of Swords, young woman, and Princess of Wands. tap into that feminine nature. It doesn't matter who you are, right? It doesn't matter. We all have both, right? And a spectrum of both within us. So it's talking about leaning into that, right? Your feminine nature, the changing of the moon, the lunar principles, receptivity and mystery, and the goddess Sophia of higher wisdom are all relevant now. Your female lineages have something to say to you as you do your spiritual heritages. Take some quiet time and tune in and listen for their nurturing messages. Take your intuition seriously. Find a time to sit by a body of water near your home, a lake, a ocean, a river, or a stream. This tree suggests appreciation. Appreciate cycles. Every season under heaven, I'm hearing. What cycle are you in now? This tree suggests acceptance of where you are right now, as it is impossible to push the river. It is time to give gratitude for all that you have and to honor the earth. Notice the abundance around you. This is a time for family time and family reunions. This card invites you to give gratitude for all the mothers in your life. If you require nurturing, cultivate friendships that can support you. Nurture others. Mother each other with the compassion. It may be time to heal a mother wound. Perhaps this is time for forgiveness. If you are a mother, make sure that you are representing the best qualities of this role. If not, move toward changing your behavior. Be the kind of mother that you would have liked to have for yourself. Spend time in nature and follow the course of the moon. Consider poetry, divination, and meditation. Call up your inner muse as you can find inspiration here, and pay attention to your dreams and your creative urges. Again, that Piscean energy, right? You are offered wisdom that can be applied in any situation. Creative solutions are possible. Seek the advice of elders. If you seek clarity, this card will offer you sage advice. Go within and ask the ancestors for a specific message for you. Again, so much deep diving into the feminine energy and that Piscean energy, and I feel like it's really countering the overly masculine of all this emperor energy. This is where we're going to read, we're just going to read it in the reverse here. It says, perhaps you are perceiving the glass as half empty. You may be looking at what is wrong in your life rather than enjoying the good things you have. Are you avoiding taking care of yourself? Perhaps you need better nourishment and healthy exercise. Summer asks us to participate in outdoor activities. Are you making time to connect with nature? Consider this a gentle reminder to enjoy life in your body. Wow, have fun, right? Have fun, enjoy flowers, happiness. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Thank you, Spirit. Are you making time to connect with nature? Consider this a gentle reminder to enjoy life in your body. Are you so busy that you do not enjoy the beauty around you? Stop and take a moment to breathe. Move from judgment to gratitude. Also, now it is not in your best interest. Also, now it is not in your best interest to avoid making changes, even if you must choose between too many attractive alternatives. Wow. Because weighing in the balance, right? Two of Pentacles, trying to keep things afloat. And you can say, yes, I'm just going to stay in this boat. I'm going to float it down the river just the way it is. Or you can say, you know what? I'm taking a moment, and during my time out, I'm going to make a sail. And I'm going to put that sail up, because we can't rush the river, but we can utilize the wind, right? There's things that can be done here, and it's about learning and taking those times to do those and enjoying the process. We learn so much more through play, through excitement, through joy, those that we learn like 20 times faster, and we retain so much more of it. It becomes part of our integrated self, and the children learn through play. We should go out and have some fun. Enjoy yourself, right? Because you're doing way better than you think you are. And you have a choice here, and I think it's going to become pretty clear. All right. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for remembering to hit like and subscribe if this resonated with you. And thanks for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.